Number 1. Where everything is slower than you think. In the region's history, Costa Rica is often described as developing much more slowly than its neighbors. When Christopher Columbus landed here in 1502, he encountered only indigenous communities who spoke languages Europeans had never heard and lived in a simple way reminiscent of prehistoric times. If you put Costa Rica in the context of contemporary societies, the differences are very clear. France had already had 23 kings at that time, while China had seen 217 emperors succeed to the throne. Upon seeing the natives wearing gold jewelry, Columbus immediately named the place Costa Rica, meaning rich coast. However, after a thorough survey by the Spanish military, they realized the gold reserves here were less than 2% of the total in Central America, leading to the early assessment of the land as a low-value territory. Due to a lack of resources, Costa Rica became a place of little interest to empires. The population decreased from over 400,000 people to about 15,000 in less than a century, causing social development to proceed more slowly than in other regions. This decline is linked to disease and waves of migration to more resource-rich areas. As the Spanish Empire weakened on September 15, 1821, the nations of the Central American Federation simultaneously declared independence. Costa Rica was completely unaware and only received notification on October 13th, just before the commemorative activities began. This event even created a humorous story in local history, with people saying that Costa Rica became independent later than the calendar. 1948 marked a major turning point when Costa Rica disbanded its military after a 44-day civil war. President José Figueres Ferrer decided to transfer the entire defense budget to education and healthcare. Costa Rica became one of the very few countries without an army, alongside Panama and Iceland. Today, Costa Rica only maintains a civil police force, border police, and environmental protection units to ensure order and security. This nation maintains stability thanks to the Inter-American Treaty System, which stipulates that if one country is attacked, others must jointly support its defense. Thanks to that diplomatic defense line, Costa Rica is able to focus its resources on education. This country spends about 7% of its GDP on this sector, which is among the highest in the world. Literacy rates exceed 97%, and Costa Rica consistently ranks among the leaders in global happiness index reports. Some international organizations even consider Costa Rica a prime example of sustainable development due to its prioritization of education, healthcare, and the environment. Number 2. Central America. Beauty beyond all world stereotypes. Costa Rican women are known for their natural beauty, with tanned skin, gentle brown eyes, and slender Latin noses. Their toned physique largely comes from a regular active lifestyle and minimal makeup routine. Over 60% of women aged 20 to 45 prioritize gentle cosmetics and limit the use of dark makeup products. Statistics from the Costa Rican Ministry of Health show that only about 12% of women aged 25 to 45 have undergone cosmetic surgery, significantly lower than the over 30% in Brazil or Colombia. However, Costa Rican women are still among the top 3 countries in the region, with the highest number of models securing international contracts, with representatives such as Brenda Castro, Johanna Solano, and Fernando Mora. Indigenous traditions still exist in some rural areas, such as using hibiscus petals, the national flower of Costa Rica, to create natural red lip color before meeting a loved one. People believe this ritual brings good luck in love, especially in Limon and Punta Arenas, where the ritual is performed during the March and April festivals. Modern life tells a different story. According to the National Institute of Statistics and Census, the divorce rate in Costa Rica has exceeded 45%, placing the country among the highest in Latin America. More than 52% of women say they feel a lack of emotional sharing in their marriages, largely because Native men are less likely to express affection through actions. This leads many women to seek opportunities to build relationships with foreigners, especially North American or European men, as they are considered more open and sophisticated. Costa Rica is among the 10 countries in the region with the highest rate of women participating in cross-border relationships. Many relationships begin with short trips and develop into lasting bonds, where sincerity and the ability to listen are more important factors in creating goodwill than appearance or empty flattery. Number 3, Costa Rica, the craziest laws. In Costa Rica, smoking in public areas is considered an act that goes against the highly valued social norms. The government prohibits smoking in parks, restaurants, beaches, hotels, and even on short taxi rides. These regulations became stricter from the early 2010s, when a series of public health campaigns were launched. In order to build a smoke-free nation, the government completely bans all tobacco-related advertising. Product packaging must display health warning images covering at least half the area of the front and back. Each pack of cigarettes contains a minimum of 20 cigarettes, making the average selling price nearly $8 in order to reduce consumption, especially among young people. Health organizations also collaborate with schools to organize awareness sessions about the harmful effects of tobacco. Violators can be fined up to $400 without criminal prosecution. Costa Rica also places particular emphasis on wildlife conservation. Feeding animals, even just once, is considered illegal because it disrupts the ecological balance. The cause was recorded from the area of the bridge over the Taro River, where tourists used to throw frozen chickens into the river to attract crocodiles, causing pollution and gradually diminishing the crocodile's natural hunting abilities. Additionally, strict traffic regulations are also being implemented. Drivers with less than 3 years of experience are only allowed a maximum blood alcohol concentration of 0.2 g/100 mmol, while more experienced drivers are allowed 0.75 g/100 mmol. In reality, a level of 0.2 g is equivalent to less than half a shot of vodka, while 0.75 g is equivalent to about 2 shots. Costa Rica also has regulations regarding public attire. Shorts, tank tops, and flip-flops are not allowed. Violators will be asked to turn back at the door. Dressing neatly is considered a sign of respect for public spaces, reflecting a culture that values order and politeness in social life. Number 4. Cultures only indigenous people understand. In Costa Rica, tipping culture is one of the important things that visitors should understand well before starting their journey to explore this country. Tipping is not an obligation because most restaurants and hotels automatically add a service charge to the bill. Local people don't usually leave tips on top of this fee, but they still appreciate it when visitors give a small tip to their guide, driver, housekeeping staff, bartender, or the manager of their accommodation. The common tip amount is around 10% and can be adjusted flexibly based on your actual experience. Traffic in Costa Rica presents a stark contrast to the peaceful natural image often seen by tourists in travel brochures. Roads are generally narrow. Many sections are in poor condition and prone to traffic jams, especially in San Jose and densely populated central areas. When driving in the city, defensive driving is the safest option because you might encounter situations like sudden lane changes, not stopping at signs, or even running red lights. To limit risks, local residents often rely on the Waze app. This app provides real-time traffic data, alerts for flooded areas, collisions, or congestion, and is often rated higher than Google Maps for identifying suitable routes during peak hours. Another interesting cultural point in Costa Rica relates to the concept of time. In countries like the US or European nations, arriving a few minutes early shows respect. However, in Costa Rica, it's perfectly normal to be 10 or 15 minutes late for social appointments. A study by the University of Costa Rica found that over 60% of people consider delays of under 30 minutes acceptable, as long as the event is not ceremonial or requires absolute precision. Additionally, the habit of not flushing toilet paper down the toilet can also feel unfamiliar to many visitors. The plumbing system here has a small diameter, only about 2.5 to 3.5 centimeters, making it prone to clogging if paper is flushed. Therefore, most restrooms are equipped with lidded trash cans and instructions in Spanish and English to ensure users follow the rules correctly. Number 5. Where the law puts nature above all else. One thing that surprises many visitors when learning about Costa Rica is the extent of forest cover and conservation areas. More than a quarter of the country's area is within the national park system, ecological reserves, or strictly managed areas for the protection of flora and fauna. Despite covering only about 0.03% of Earth's surface, Costa Rica is home to 5% of the world's total species, making it one of the planet's biodiversity hotspots. When you come here, you can't miss Tortuguero National Park, which is famous for its rich wildlife. This area is home to spider monkeys, howler monkeys, white-faced monkeys, rare sloths, and countless species of birds and reptiles. In particular, Tortuguero is also an important habitat for green sea turtles, a globally protected species. Turtle nesting season attracts many researchers and visitors who want to observe the reproductive process in a natural environment. Beside Tortuguero, the Monteverde Cloud Forest Reserve is also a prominent destination. This place is home to over 2,000 plant species, including many rare orchids, as well as diverse wildlife with hundreds of mammal species and over 400 bird species. The year-round cloud forests create an enchanting landscape and are an ideal environment for endemic species. In total, Costa Rica has recorded approximately 800 to 900 bird species, an impressive number for a small country. Corcovado National Park and La Amistad are also important conservation areas. La Amistad is recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site due to its large size and exceptional biodiversity, extending to the border with Panama. With over 500,000 species of living organisms, many of which are rare or threatened, Costa Rica is an ideal destination for nature lovers and those who want to observe animals in their natural habitats. Forests, volcanoes, and national parks create an unmissable paradise for exploration. Number 6. The wildlife capital of Central America. Beside its rich biodiversity, Costa Rica also boasts a unique destination for animal lovers, known as the Land of Lost Dogs. This is home to nearly 1,000 dogs of various breeds, most of whom were abandoned or lost before being rescued. All the dogs here are well cared for, with their own beds, bathing areas, dining areas, and a constant supply of clean water. Visitors can walk with them and even adopt them if they find a suitable dog. Each one is given a funny name that reflects their personality or appearance, such as a dog with a round, plump tail being called a round-tailed German Doberman, or a dog with a fiery colored tail being named a burning-tailed Border Cocker. Volunteers and staff at Territorio de Zaguates spend most of their time caring for the pack of dogs, enjoying the fresh air of Costa Rican nature and ensuring that every animal is treated well. The space here is spacious, fully equipped, and always maintains a safe environment so dogs can run and play freely. Beside the dog sanctuary, Costa Rica is also famous for a rare natural phenomenon where hundreds of thousands of olive ridley sea turtles come ashore to lay their eggs. This event takes place at the Ostional National Wildlife Refuge, a remote beach along the Pacific coast. At this time, thousands of female turtles gather to dig nests and lay millions of eggs, creating an incredibly impressive sight. This phenomenon is called arrabada and can occur multiple times a year, peaking during the rainy season when natural conditions are favorable. Since 2015, Ostional has become a popular destination for tourists eager to witness this miraculous reproductive process firsthand. However, excessive interest sometimes affects the turtles' living environment. Some visitors stand too close, block the path, or allow small children to touch the nests, disrupting the breeding process. Therefore, the authorities have issued regulations to protect the turtles, requiring visitors to maintain a distance, avoid using flashlights, and respect nesting areas to ensure the natural balance of Costa Rica's coastal ecosystem. Number 7. Costa Rica's economic strength. Costa Rican coffee has long been considered one of the highest quality coffees in the world, with an average price of around $30 per kilogram, which is nearly 10 times higher than that of common coffee. This country only allows the cultivation of the Arabica variety, a coffee known for its bright acidity, subtle sweetness, and rich aroma. Each production region has its own unique flavor. Tarrazú is bright and floral, Tres Rios is light and refreshing, while the Central Valley is balanced and mild. Arabica Costa Rica is often among the top 10 specialty coffees with the highest SCA scores. A highlight of the Costa Rican coffee industry is the honey processing method. After the husk is removed, the natural mucilage is retained on the bean and then dried in the sun, forming a sticky layer similar to honey. As a result, the coffee beans have a sweeter, richer flavor and a lingering aftertaste. The drying process can last from 10 to 20 days, depending on the humidity. Few people know that Costa Rica was the first Central American country to commercialize coffee, starting in the 18th century. During the agricultural development phase, the government at all levels once provided free land to people if they agreed to grow coffee. Thanks to this policy, coffee became a key export commodity for a century and a half. From 1850 to 1950, coffee accounted for approximately 40% of the country's total export value. Beside coffee, Costa Rica is also known as one of the world's largest banana exporters, primarily to the United States and Europe. Bananas have been grown on a large scale since the late 19th century, and at various times even surpassed coffee in revenue. At one point, over a third of Costa Rica's agricultural value came from bananas. The development of the banana industry spurred the construction of the first railroads, seaports, and transportation hubs. The banana industry also strongly influences politics. Large corporations like the United Fruit Company, now Chiquita, controlled vast amounts of land. In the early 20th century, this company controlled up to 70% of the banana-growing land in the Caribbean region of Costa Rica, leading the country to be called a banana republic during the early stages of global trade integration. Number 8. San Jose, the soul of Costa Rica. San Jose is the capital and also the largest economic center of Costa Rica. The city is located in the Central Valley, surrounded by mountains and extinct volcanoes, at an altitude of approximately 1,200 meters, providing a cool climate year-round. Despite its area being only over 44 square kilometers, more than 1 million people travel in and out of the city every day, making rush-hour traffic jams a common sight. Many experts call San Jose a small city with big city traffic. Most of the routes in the city center only have 2 or 3 lanes, so traffic often slows down. In the morning and late afternoon, the average speed is only about 15 kilometers per hour. Buses remain the primary mode of transportation, and while the light rail system is being tested, it is not yet sufficient to reduce congestion. San Jose has also frequently been among the 10 most polluted cities in Central America, partly due to the increasing number of motorcycles and private cars. Emissions combined with industrial areas cause PM 2.5 to frequently exceed recommended limits, especially during the dry season. During the rainy season, the limited drainage system leads to localized flooding after just a few hours of heavy rain. Areas like Poas Colón and Avenida Segunda are frequently affected, causing congestion and disrupting daily life. Over 60% of residents still lack a stable water supply and have to use wells, which is gradually weakening the ground. The government is warning of the risk of subsidence and is upgrading the water supply and drainage system, while also testing groundwater level sensors. Nevertheless, San Jose remains the economic engine of Costa Rica, contributing over a quarter of its GDP. The city is home to over 70% of international technology and service companies, including Intel and Procter & Gamble, attracting a large influx of young workers from across the region. Thanks to its focus on renewable energy and green technology, San Jose is gradually becoming a sustainable economic hub. The city boasts the highest literacy rate in the country and has over 20 universities and research institutes, with the University of Costa Rica being one of the most prestigious institutions in Central America. Currently, many urban projects are being implemented, such as the inner-city metro line, new parks, and pedestrian streets, aiming to expand public spaces and reduce private vehicles in the city center. Number 9. Special destinations you can't miss. Arenal volcano is one of Costa Rica's most majestic natural symbols. The mountain is located near the town of La Fortuna and was once the country's most active volcano. The major eruption in 1968 completely changed the surrounding landscape and left a deep mark on geological history. Despite reduced activity, Arenal retains its majesty and attracts hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. From the summit area, visitors can see the vast lake and the sprawling forests, creating a vibrant scene like a painting. Local people are proud of Arenal and are developing a sustainable tourism model to protect the natural landscape. The Monteverde cloud forest offers a completely different experience. The air here is always covered by a thin layer of mist. The ancient tree trunks are covered in moss, and the sound of birds echoes from afar. When walking across suspension bridges spanning the forest canopy, visitors can observe hundreds of bird species, including the pheasant, which is particularly striking with its beautiful emerald green plumage. Monteverde is not just a natural destination, but also a journey to find peace and reconnect with the environment. Manuel Antonio Beach boasts the vibrant beauty of the tropics and is one of the most famous national parks in the world. Despite its small size, the area boasts a rich ecosystem with monkeys, sloths, and many endemic bird species. Visitors can go scuba diving, kayaking, or boating to observe dolphins and sea turtles. Local authorities control the number of visitors each day to ensure conservation. Finally, there's the Guanacaste region, where nature and culture blend together. Beside beaches like Playa Conchal or Flamingo, this area also preserves the ancient Corotega identity. Traditional festivals, indigenous dances, and the Pura Vida spirit are clearly present in daily life. Visitors can ride horses across vast grasslands, visit farms, or relax at coastal eco-resorts. Guanacaste fully embodies a vibrant Costa Rica, where people and nature live in natural harmony. Number 10. Essential traditional dishes. Costa Rican cuisine is a delicate blend of simplicity, freshness, and a deep connection to nature. One of the most typical dishes is gallo pinto, a mixture of rice and beans considered the soul of breakfast in this country. The dish originated from the rural custom of using leftover food, but over time it became a national symbol thanks to its simple flavor and its connection to people's lives. Another traditional dish is casado. In Spanish, casado means married, and the dish's name signifies a complete family meal. A typical casado includes white rice, beans, grilled meat or chicken, salad, fried plantains, and sometimes fried eggs. Although each region has its own variations, casado retains the essence of a complete meal, symbolizing the sharing and simple lifestyle of Costa Ricans. In coastal regions, ceviche is a must-try dish. Tilapia or bream is marinated in fresh lime juice with red onions, cilantro, and small chilies, creating a distinctive fresh flavor. Local people often eat ceviche with crackers or tortillas to add crunch and balance the sourness. Additionally, patacones are a popular snack found almost every place, from roadside stands to beachside bars. Green bananas are sliced, lightly fried, flattened, and then refried until crispy. They are then sprinkled with salt and served with peanut sauce or guacamole. Today, many chefs add creative seafood or beef toppings, transforming this rustic dish into a more modern and appealing culinary experience. Costa Rican cuisine is not elaborate but harmonious, reflecting a lifestyle connected to nature and the simplicity of the local people's culinary culture. Number 11. Costa Rican nights are hotter than you think. As night falls, major cities like San Jose, Tamarindo, and Chocó begin to light up. Street lights, Latin music, and the chatter from bars create a completely different atmosphere than during the day. In these cities, the night always brings with it a vibrant source of energy, attracting both local residents and international tourists. San Jose is considered the nightlife entertainment center of Costa Rica. The Barrio Escalante neighborhood is a prominent destination with a variety of bars, restaurants, and craft breweries. Young people often gather here every evening, and many establishments stay open until midnight or later. Some of the breweries in this area are also considered among the best in Central America. Additionally, the El Pueblo area near the city center is famous for its nightclubs, live music venues, and cocktail bars, which are especially crowded on weekends. Outside the capital, coastal towns offer a different experience. On the Pacific coast, Chocó is considered the country's largest party hub, with countless bars, music events, and festivals throughout the year. The peak tourist season from December to April is the busiest time, with tourists flocking here to enjoy the festive atmosphere. In the north, Tamarindo stands out for its large expat community, friendly atmosphere, and the laid-back lifestyle of surfing enthusiasts. Nighttime beach parties are a hallmark of this town. Nightlife in Costa Rica isn't just about partying. Many street festivals are held regularly, especially the Fiestas de Palmares, a 2-week event in January that includes parades, live music, and night markets. Despite being lively, Costa Rica still maintains strict regulations regarding operating hours and noise levels. Bars and clubs in residential areas often have to close before 2 in the morning. Thanks to this, major cities maintain order and a high level of safety. In downtown San Jose alone, the nighttime crime rate has decreased by over 30% in the past 10 years thanks to increased patrols and the expansion of the surveillance camera system. Number 12. Festivals with a strong Costa Rican identity. The Palmares Festival kicks off the Costa Rican New Year with a lively atmosphere that lasts for 2 weeks in the small town of Palmares. This is one of the most anticipated events of the year, attracting tens of thousands of residents and visitors from all over. During the festival, every street is ablaze with lights, filled with music and laughter. Visitors can immerse themselves in colorful parades, enjoy outdoor concerts, watch beauty contests, or witness traditional horse races. In the Guanacaste region, the bullfighting festival Liberia brings a very different cultural flavor. Originating in the 19th century, this festival is closely tied to the lives of herders on vast grasslands. The special thing is that bullfighting here is not intended to cause harm or violent confrontation. Instead, it showcases the skill, agility, and courage of both humans and animals. Local people view this event as an opportunity to celebrate agricultural traditions and the identity of the highlands. Today, the Liberian festival has become a vibrant cultural heritage, attracting many visitors who want to learn about the history and culture of northwestern Costa Rica. In the high region of Zarcero, the flower festival held in March takes on a gentle and poetic character. When the flowers bloom, the gardens are vibrant, and the skillful topiary transforms the entire town into a living work of art. Activities such as the Best Garden Competition, flower exhibitions, flower parades, and organic produce fairs always attract a large number of attendees. The festival not only celebrates the traditional flower-growing craft, but also promotes sustainable tourism and emphasizes the importance of preserving the natural environment. Number 13. Mysteries in Costa Rica. No one can explain. In the Dequis Valley of southern Costa Rica, hundreds of giant stone spheres lie scattered among trees and grasslands like forgotten planets. These stone spheres are called the Dequis spheres, one of the greatest archaeological mysteries in Central America. They are crafted from granodiorite, a rock so hard that it could not be carved with the primitive tools used by the ancients. What's even more astonishing is that each sphere is almost perfectly round, with a surface so smooth and uniform it's hard to believe. The ancient Chibchan people who lived in this area did not have metalworking techniques or precise measurement methods, yet they left behind stone structures that challenged the understanding of the modern world. The mystery surrounding them isn't just about how they were crafted, but also about how they were transported and arranged in locations far from where the raw materials were extracted. Many spheres were discovered aligned in the direction of the sunrise on the summer solstice. This led researchers to believe they may have once been used as astronomical observation tools or timekeeping systems. Some other hypotheses believe they represent the power of the leader or mimic ancient star maps. However, so far, it's all just speculation. Not far from there, the Rio Celeste reveals another mystery of Costa Rican nature. At the point where the two streams merge, silica particles interact with sulfur, creating a light scattering effect that gives the water an unbelievable jade-green color. This color changes with the weather. When it rains, the water is clearer. When the sun comes out, it turns a deep, enchanting shade of blue. The exact mechanism causing this transformation has not yet been fully explained. The locals say that when creating the world, the creator washed the sky's paintbrush in this very river, leaving behind a unique blue color found nowhere else. Although science has partially explained it, the feeling of standing before Rio Celeste still makes visitors believe that something beyond human understanding is hidden here. Number 14. The cost of living in Costa Rica. If you're considering visiting or living in Costa Rica, understanding the cost of living is crucial for proper financial planning. In major cities like San Jose or Liberia, daily spending can vary significantly depending on your habits, lifestyle, and the areas you choose. In the city center, the rent for a one-bedroom apartment typically ranges from $650 to $850 per month. Meanwhile, in suburban areas or smaller coastal towns, prices are more affordable, ranging from $400 to $550, giving you flexibility to adjust your budget based on your needs. The public transportation system in Costa Rica is relatively developed, with buses being the cheapest and most commonly used mode of transport. Ticket prices for short distances usually range from $0.5 to $1. If you want to travel faster and more comfortably, taxis or ride-hailing apps like Uber are readily available at an average price of around $3 for a short trip. Additionally, self-drive car rentals are also a popular option, with prices ranging from $35 to $45 per day, excluding fuel and insurance. Regarding food, if you cook at home, the cost of buying groceries at the local market or supermarket is usually around $50 to $00 per month. Conversely, if you eat out regularly, a casual meal costs around to $4, while at mid-range restaurants, prices range from $8 to $2 depending on the service style. Overall, a single person can live comfortably in Costa Rica on a budget of around $800 to $1,000 per month. If you spend frugally, this number could drop to $600. In case you frequently travel, engage in recreational activities, or prioritize convenience, your monthly expenses could increase to $200 or more. Number 15. Essential travel tips for visitors. When exploring the rainforest or volcanic areas in Costa Rica, visitors must strictly follow the instructions of park rangers and stay on marked trails. Forest terrain can be very slippery, and dense vegetation makes movement difficult. Many tourists who took shortcuts to take photos got lost or fell into the canyon. To ensure safety, you should wear non-slip shoes, bring a flashlight and water, and avoid going alone, especially in the afternoon when fog quickly reduces visibility. In major tourist cities like San Jose or Tamarindo, visitors should be cautious of cheap tour offers from strangers. Many cases involve being scammed into paying deposits for non-existent tours or being taken to dangerous locations. To ensure safety, tours should be booked at official tourist information counters, reputable hotels, or through websites certified by the Costa Rican Tourism Institute. Before paying, ask for an invoice and keep a copy in case of disputes. When using a taxi, you need to ensure the meter is working properly and the vehicle has an official sign attached to its roof. Drivers without a license often don't turn on the meter and may avoid negotiating the price. Visitors should ask for an estimated price before getting in the car, take a picture of the license plate, and share it with friends or their hotel. If the driver behaves unusually, ask them to stop the car in a crowded area and get out immediately. When stopping at gas stations or small stores in rural areas, carefully check your receipts and count your change right at the counter. If using a credit card, ask the staff to swipe the card in front of you and keep the receipt to avoid being charged twice. These measures help make your trip to Costa Rica both safe and smooth, while also protecting you from common risks for tourists. And those are 15 interesting facts about Costa Rica. We hope these facts have given you a fresh perspective on this fascinating country. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming journeys. Which fact is most impressive to you? Please leave a comment below. We would love to hear your opinion. This information is for reference only. Therefore, please do your own research before making any decisions.